Bank holiday Monday, we've got arguably, I think they call it the richest game in football between Aston Villa and Derby. Both looking for a place in the Premier League. We've got John Terry against Frank Lampard as well. That was a sensational match the other night between Leeds and Derby.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable. Where'd you see this game ending up?
Well, Dean, it's quite a tough one to call, I think. Both Villa and Derby put in pretty good performances. I think Derby really had to fight for their place. I think Villa had it a little bit easier. I do want to say, first off, Football Index, we don't pay out on the in-play or match day dividends for this particular game. However, there is a really interesting player who's taking part. Jack Grealish, who's worth £2.37 on the index. He's consistently, I think anyway, one of Aston Villa's best players and probably a class apart from the other players in the team. For that reason, I think that he's the perfect player for media dividends. I say that if Aston Villa were to lose the playoff final, then Grealish would probably be good for media dividends because I think he'd be looking at a move away, i.e. he'd be getting positive mentions in the media.
Well, there was rumours with Tottenham, wasn't there, last year?
Yeah, I think
that'll all come up again.
Yeah. I think I remember rumours with Leicester as well and other teams like that. Maybe there was an Arsenal rumour as well. He's guaranteed to generate rumours again. And that's really going to push his sort of media profile. And we, as I've said to you before, we pay out on media dividends. It's based on an algorithm of 25 news sources. Our algorithm reads articles and positive mentions push players to the top of our media rankings. So Jack Grealish, I think, is going to be a great player for media dividends. In terms of in-play dividends, say Villa were to go up and Grealish stayed, he's going to be the catalyst for that team. He will be the player that sort of drags them into the Premier League and drags them through. So I think either way, Grealish is a great player for...
So no result's a bad result in terms of if you're looking at Jack Grealish.
Absolutely. In terms of Football Index, for a trader, Grealish is a great man to have in your portfolio, for me anyway.
Okay. And how do you see the match going?
Sure. Again, pretty tough call. I could see it going all the way, maybe to penalties or something like that. Potentially a draw. I do think Villa are just going to nick it. I think 2-1 Villa, something like that.
2-1 Villa. Well, we was looking at the head-to-heads. I mean, they've obviously played twice in the league this season. And I was astonished myself at the results. Derby lost 3-0 and 4-0 in the two meetings.
Sure.
I mean, you wouldn't think that if you pitch these two sides together.
No, they're relatively even.
I think going into the game, Derby are probably on a slightly more positive... I mean, I watched the Villa-West Brom match, and once West Brom went down to 10 men, I wasn't that impressed with Villa. I don't think they created that many chances. Whereas Derby, they've gone to Leeds, probably no one expected them to get through. So they'll probably be going into the match slightly more momentum.
Yep.
Having said that, we can't get away from those two head-to-head games, the 3-0 and the 4-0. So also, you know, towards the end of the season, Villa were in sensational form. Their last 12 matches, they won 10, drew 1, lost 1 in the league. We just think that they're in the right place at the right time, Villa. This could be their season. You know, last year they were beaten in the final by Fulham. They look a bit more ready for the challenge. Derby look almost like the Villa of last season. Is this a year too early, you know? So we're going to go with Villa. We like 2-0, and we also like under 2.5 goals because we think it'll be quite a tight affair. Villa probably go 1 up, and they'll hit them again on the break late on. So it's Villa 2-0 for us. And you think Villa as well?
2-1, I think I'm going to go for.
2-1. So if we're right, Villa fans will be happy. You'll be in the Premier League next season.